Hello class and welcome to Advanced Programming in C++ Winter Semester 2018 online version. My name is Joel. I'll be your instructor for this semester. If you are watching the video, that means you've read the first announcement. Every time you log into Blackboard, you will see announcements. I do utilize them frequently within the week. To just give you, reminders, something I need you to work on, something that I updated, something that I need you to worry about. So please check Blackboard often within the week, just in case, for 30 seconds, just log in, look at announcements. Did I post anything new related to the unit we'll be working on? It will take you just 30 seconds to do. The second step here within the first announcement, it tells you after, going to getting started, which I believe if you're watching the video you did do that. I need you to fill out this consent form for the e-learning department. You guys, if you had already an online class, you probably have done one of these, so please go ahead and fill this out really quickly. The next step is to go under discussion board and introduce yourself just by answering those few questions. So you go under introduction and then create a new thread and then put it as your last name and introduction or something of that nature, which will allow everyone to know who you are. I did post one for myself. Please feel free to read it, not read it. It's not mandatory, so it's not required at all. If you wish to do so or not. I have another thread for current events. Please, if you find anything interesting, as articles about programming, new software, a way of developing something, cybersecurity, now anything related to IT, post them in here and share them with your class and me. The last thread is for peer help. The idea of peer help is because as much as online classes are fantastic, we're missing the face-to-face communication. So it's a way for you to communicate or have that feeling of communication with your classmates, related to the course, related to an assignment, related to anything within the course, not related to grading. If you have any questions between grading, please do not post in here, send it to me directly. So once you post under peer help, hopefully other students can reply, and then you might help them also related to anything that you're trying to achieve. If no one answers within half a day or a day, I will reply, or you can go ahead and email me at that time. Now let's go ahead and jump into the syllabus to review what you have to get done, the different steps that you need to accomplish to have a successful, stress-free semester. So once you jump into the syllabus, as soon as it opens, which is taking long, but we'll get there eventually. Adobe's been acting kind of weird. Let's open a new thread and see what happens. Right there. So as stated at the beginning of the video, my name is Joel. My office is in the RTC building, the technology building, second floor, 2320. These are my office hours for now. If there's any changes, I will update you after the semester starts. The best way for you guys to communicate with me is via email. I do check my email 7 days a week. Couple reasons I might not reply to your email is if I misplace it or not read it, and that is probably due because in the subject title I did not recognize that it is from a student. I do receive a lot of junk mail, a lot of a solicitation from companies, vendors, publishers, etc., etc. So please remember to put COMS280 WWW01 in the subject title. That will allow me to know that, hey, this is from a student, I need to reply ASAP. And even if I don't have an answer for you, I will at least reply stating, I did receive your message, please relax, nothing to worry about, I will get back to you. If you don't hear from me within 24 hours, please send it again. Give it a day. If I don't reply, please send it again. Keep bugging me until you get an answer from me. Attendance is completed in Blackboard as a survey. That is purely needed for financial aid purposes. It's just at the beginning of every week, every Saturday, you'll have a quick link survey that pops up. You click on it telling you, are you present for the week? Yes, save and submit. That's basically what it is. So if you're paying out of pocket, you do not care about financial aid, then you don't even have to worry about um, the attendance. Course description. Basically, this course is the advanced, it's like your capstone for your degree. You'll be going over high level chapters, except for Unit 1, we're going like over basic stuff, like a refresher basically. The goal is for you to learn how to program new, more advanced code compared to the introduction to C++. So here we're going to the next level, and then you'll be learning more advanced techniques and tools and stuff like that will allow you hopefully to be more marketable, and when you get a job to deal with it pretty easily. Would you still have some weaknesses at the end of the semester? Yeah, definitely. The best way to become really proficient at something is for you to work on it and start developing code. If you don't develop code, it's really hard for you to become an expert in something. But after the class, you'll be able to put something on a higher level, cleaner, with comments, clean code, and etc. Textbook, if you don't have it, you need to get it as soon as possible, because a lot of the content that you need to be successful in this course is out of the textbook. So course objectives, I'll leave that to you. I'm not going to waste your time trying to make this video as short and sweet as possible. The assignments we'll have is 500 points, projects 300 points, and then exams 200 points. Everything is done through Blackboard. Your assignments, you'll download the instructions, you'll upload them to Blackboard. Your project is the same thing, and then the exams, you'll take them in Blackboard. You'll have a midterm and a final. So here you can see that you have multiple chapters we'll be going through. Then you'll have your group project that you'll work on, which I'll assign sometimes in the next few weeks. After we move on, probably when we hit erase, cover that in details, and then from there we'll be able to start working on your project, and I'll give you more updates at that time, so nothing to worry about at this point. You have a start date, and then everything is due before the following Saturday, so it's due on Friday of that same week, 11:59 p.m., including turning in the assignments or any quiz that I assign you, and attendance, and etc. Late policy, I usually don't accept late work except if something major happens, and hopefully nothing major will happen to you or your family. Hopefully 2019 will bring a lot of happiness and success to you guys. Please let me know as soon as possible. We'll work around the policy of what MOTS policies are, that we have new policies, and we'll figure something out. Hopefully withdrawal and NS grades are not something that you'll need to deal with. You need to pass the class. I will hunt you for you to pass the class, and you'll be able to graduate and hopefully get a job ASAP in the field, and then be successful. Financial aid, if you have any questions, please contact the financial aid, which are in the Pro building. Cheating, the only thing I need to mention is, as a coder, you'll be able to use the net. The net is one of your resources. The problem with this is not to copy and paste code that you find online without making any modification to it. That's plagiarism. Plagiarism is not accepted here in this class or any university or any college, and also not accepted in the field. So using resources online is fantastic, and I strongly recommend that. And that's the trading mark of a good programmer. But a good programmer uses code online that he or she understands, and grabs the info out of it, the technique, and then create their own code. So please do not copy and paste, as I'll be able to find out where you guys copied and pasted the code from, and that will create trouble. So please do not do so. Make sure that whatever you find online, you can use it, but use it to create your own code. Disability services are available if you qualify for anything or need any help with that. Please contact them ASAP. They'll give you the instructions. Get hold of me, and I will give you or do the proper accommodation needed. A care team, if anything personal happen, hopefully nothing personal major problems happen to you, but if it does, we have a care team, which are specialized people here at MOD to help you, to provide help at no cost to you. And also your identity will be at all time anonymous, so nobody will know about it. Hopefully nothing happens, but it's the best way to ask for help if you need help. Students' responsibility, the only thing, as I stated at the beginning of the video, is for you to check announcements and check your email, throughout the week. So hopefully, if I mention something, if I state something, if I want you to work on something, you'll be able to see it on time and not last minute. If there is any changes for the syllabus, as a disclaimer, if there is any, I will update the syllabus, I will upload into Blackboard, I will post an announcement, and I will send you an email. I do not believe that we'll have any changes, but if something happened, definitely we'll let you know. We'll find multiple ways to inform you on this. Now, if we move on to the learning units, they'll be similar, very similar on a weekly basis. So I'll be going over the first one, which starts today, like whatever first day of the semester. If you guys are watching this today, that means it's the first day of the semester. You'll have an lesson plan, which is an overview, outline, activities that are recommended, and then, of course, your assignments. You have your PowerPoint slides, you have some programming challenges that I recommend that you get done at the end of every chapter. 1, 8, and 13, for example, for chapter, we're starting with chapter 3. We're skipping 1 and 2, which are very basic. 3 is also a refresher related to functions. So just to give you a quick refresher. The answer key is right here, my code that I created, so you guys can create your own and then compare it and see if there's any problem with it. Now for the assignments, there's 3 different assignments for this first chapter. One of them is to create a code, like a program. A second one is to modify that code with like few differences, and the third one is to debug a code and then run it. What you'll need to do is, once you run it, this has to be done through Microsoft Studio 2017. I assume that everybody has Visual Studio 17 from last semester or the previous one, from all the classes that you took, already took AMAD, C++, and C# and etc. If you don't, last week I did submit a request to Microsoft with all your names, everybody within this class, to have your accounts either created or re-authenticated. So you guys should have received something either last week or this past week, on accessing Microsoft Imagine, which will allow you to go ahead and download Visual Studio again. So if your version is expiring or something like that, just uninstall it and reinstall it again. So same thing as we did with Introduction to C++. For the students that took the class with me, I want you to compile your code in Visual Studio, then take a print screen of the compiled output and then paste it in a Word document, then copy and paste the code just below that print screen, and that's what you'll be uploading. So we have 3 assignments here, 1, 2, and 3. You have 1 Dropbox for the 3 of them. So you use a Word document for the first one, a second Word document, and a third Word document for each one of those, and then you'll upload them under this Dropbox right here. So only 1 Dropbox available. I have the key terms also available for you, and a resource which is c++++.com, a fantastic resource for references, for code sample, etc. that you guys can utilize. So if you look at the code, very basic, very simple. Just a quick refresher if you don't remember how to turn in your work. You go, Visual Studio, new project, and then you just create a new project. I'll create just a Windows console, and then from there I'll be able to type my code. Once I type it, I'll be able to run it, compile it, and after the compilation I'll be able to copy, take a print screen, copy my code, paste it in a Word document, print, copy paste my code, and then save it and then upload that into Blackboard. So starting with this, let's say I'll do an example of some type of code. Compile it, it's compiling, taking a sec. Very simple, the usual that you guys have accomplished before. Hopefully this code will compile. I just wrote it really quickly and it's taking forever. Okay, so right there it compiled. Let's say I'll do zoom in, or increase the zoom if you can. That'll be greatly appreciated so I can view it. Take a print screen of this, just open a Word document really quickly, Let's say this is assignment 1, so chapter 3. Chapter 3 assignment 1, and then you just paste your print screen, then go back to Visual Studio, copy, paste your code, and then you save it as assignment chapter 3 assignment 1. You'll do the same thing for chapter 2, and then you'll do the same thing for for assignment 2 assignment 3, and then you go under the Dropbox, and then you'll be able to do, browse my computer, upload the first one, browse computer, uploads the second one, browse computer, and upload the third one. That's basically what it is that you'll be doing for each one of those. And every week it might be different. Sometimes, I might ask you to create something like this week from scratch. Sometimes I might give you a code that I need you to add to. Sometimes I'll tell you to complete something out of the textbook, and etc., that you'll need to complete on a weekly basis. I hope you'll have a fantastic semester, and then you'll be able to learn and use something out of this class to create. And hopefully, if you already have a portfolio, which, the ones that had me, I'm very big on portfolios, which will allow you to have something to show that you know what you're doing to future bosses or future jobs that you apply for. Please do not hesitate to contact me for anything that you might need or have. And I hope and wish you'll have a great semester, stress-free, very critical, and hopefully you'll have a fantastic 2019. Thank you, guys.